Adidas hit the ground running at the start of the year with the reveal of the all-new F50 Adizero. The headline release of the There Will Be Haters range, the new Adidas F50 Adizero aims to be one of the quickest football boots on the field, with some interesting new features on the docket. If you're not familiar with the range, the F50 has, for the last 5 years or so, been one of, if not the lightest football boot in the game, with a focus on using this lighter weight point to deliver straight line speed and support when making lateral cuts and turns. In previous generations, that has usually meant stripping back features or tweaking certain aspects of the boot, but on the new generation, Adidas have actually taken a different tact. For starters, the 2015 Adizero actually weighs a little bit more than its predecessor, around an added 25 to 30 grams of extra weight depending on your size, and that does make a little bit of difference to the feel of the boot in hand. But Adidas have also piled in some more crowd-pleasing changes to the boot that should hopefully make that little boost in weight a worthy trade-off. The most common complaint with the last generation of F50 Adizero was that the speedfoil synthetic in the heel took longer than the rest of the boot to break in. Obviously taking that feedback on board here, Adidas are delivering a single-piece hybrid touch synthetic leather upper on the 2015 Adizero, so this will hopefully deliver a more glove-like fit and feel, as single-piece uppers from materials as good as hybrid touch do tend to do. The visuals on the new F50 also unquestionably get their biggest redesign in the history of the range, with Adidas's new Ghost graphic sitting behind the scaly pattern on the upper. A word on that pattern, by the way, the whole upper here is covered in 3D dribble text, something that was used sparingly on the last F50, but here makes the jump to not only cover the whole upper, but make an aggressive impact on the styling of the boot as well. Speaking of aggressive, there's few other words to describe what Adidas have done to the sole plate of the Adizero. The first incarnation of the F50 not to use the sprint frame outsole since 2010, the new traction plate on the new generation F50 aims to deliver 2 levels of traction. The first is a familiar stud layout to the 2014 F50, with this radiating FG traction system having a familiar feel and will undoubtedly give a solid level of grip, as well as support when twisting away from the opposition. The second of which are these track-shoe inspired secondary spikes, which are designed to grip the ground when the primary studs are fully engaged. The result, Adidas say, is less slippage and more assured grip in the toe area, even on a less than ideal surface, allowing for a better sense of speed, particularly over the first couple of steps. Here in the back of the boot, the heel also gets a redesign, dropping down to just 3 studs from the traditional 4. Given that we've seen a couple of football boots with 3 stud heels, and perhaps most importantly, decades of boots with only 2 studs in the back of the boot, we can only imagine that this won't make a huge negative difference to stability, and indeed could just be Adidas's way of adding another point of difference to this generation of F50. So overall, Adidas have delivered a more substantial boot in the new generation of F50 Adizero, in more ways than one. The boot isn't as lightweight as it has been in previous models, however its features are geared more towards player comfort, touch and feel, and improving traction and grip. So, if these are factors that you found lacking on previous F50s, then it could well be that carrying an extra 20 to 30 grams is a worthy trade-off for you. As always, we'll have more on the new generation Adidas F50 Adizero here on the Footy-Boots.com YouTube channel, with extensive news and reviews over on the main Footy-Boots.com website, on all major releases in the world of boots and kit, every day.